Hello everybody, good evening, good morning, good afternoon. We are in Japan for the B.LEAGUE. It's the Eastern Conference battle, battling team Levanga, Hokkaido, and SUNROCKERS, Shibuya. We're here in the Hokkai Kitayo. The fans piling in, and really pumped up for a big game today. Of course, in Japan, you play on the weekends, and as you look at the standings, you can see the positions of these two teams. Of course, right now, we're kind of in the meat of the season, getting ready for the international window that's going to be coming up. A lot of exciting times in Japan. And you can look at this most recent outing for Hokkaido. Playing some good basketball. I mean, that was 70 to 66. Okay, they're coming in at 12 and 21, looking to kind of change the script on where they are in the standings down in the East. SUNROCKERS Shibuya, meanwhile, rolling to a big win in their game. They're 19 and 14 coming into this one, but the big triumphs, 85-59 as well. And this is a formidable outfit. So for Hokkaido, looking at their roster coming out today, Sakino, Ramos, Terrazano, Kriener, and Welsh. That'll be the starting five. Kikuchi, Nakano, Abe, Hoshino, Shimatani, Naito, Allen, Morizani, and Matsushita. And for SUNROCKERS Shibuya, it is a lineup to envy with Clemens, Hawkinson, Vendrame, Tanaka, Jones, Harper, Murphy, Funyu, Kojima, Kojima, Abe, Travis, Nagayoshi, and Omori. So again, the crowd in here ready for the opening tip. We're going to be getting it going very quickly. Hawkinson, of course, well-known player, having played, having suited up. for Japan at the last World Cup and also at the Olympics. There he is, number 8 in that starting 5 with Shibuya, along with Clemens, Vendrame, Tanaka, and Jones. Looking at Dwight Ramos, the Filipino international, who has, when he gets it going, he's really tough. He's kind of been off and on for Hokkaido. Averaging 11 points per game, 2.4 assists. Could be a streaky shooter. And then you've got Clemens, the point guard for SUNROCKERS Shibuya. And again, a player. 14.6 points, 4.6 assists. Excuse me, 6.3 assists and 4.6 rebounds. Player that you've got to take account of. He's a scorer, he's a distributor. He just gets it done. And you can look at the last 5 results for each of these teams. We have one of these spectacular openings to the game as usual. One of the things that makes the Japanese B.LEAGUE so special, seeing so many fans come out to these games. Every weekend, sometimes midweek, like we had this week.
Number 7, Number 13, Number 14, Number 15,
So again, the roster for Hokkaido, and charged up by the home fans. You can see them coming out, running out onto the court.
Number 34, RESONA. Number 66,
relatively young team when you look at Japan as well. The average, not really. Let's see, the oldest player in this team, 31 years of age. So it is a younger team in that sense. Usually you see a veteran or two knocking around on most of the teams in the B.LEAGUE. And fresh legs, perhaps a little bit less experience, but certainly SUNROCKERS Shibuya are tougher, more veterans in their lineup. But nevertheless, the fans getting excited as they look at the pregame. And we'll just go over some of the numbers. One of the aspects, maybe Thomas Welsh coming in at 9.2 points per game. Well, let's just look at the team stats first of all. And the shooting percentages, you can see that Shibuya, right, just over 50%, 48.7% for Hokkaido, and so substantially better from three-point range, 34.5% for SUNROCKERS Shibuya.
They let the Hokkaido starting 5. Number 1, Sekino Kahei.
So second of Ramos. He's just 26 years of age.
Number 4,
Terrazano in that starting 5.
Number 5, Ryan Kulina.
Terrazano 11.2 points per game, and Craner obviously one of their main weapons, 15.7 points per game. And again, you got Welsh at 9.2 points per game. RESONA, the head coach of HOKKAIDO, and you never know with this home court advantage, how much of an advantage will that be for this team?
B.LEAGUE 2024-25シーズンサポーテッドバイダイヤモンドヘッドレバンガ北海道対
So again, another look at the starting 5s for these teams. And again, LEVANGA coming in. Well, they won 2 out of the last 3. 3 out of their last 5. But before that, they had lost 5 in a row. Not getting that's RESONA 70-66 win, trying to build some momentum. Well, hello everybody. We are underway here in HOKKAIDO, SUNROCKERS Shibuya, and it's a good start to the game. Terrazano with his first bucket. And SUNROCKERS Shibuya bring it the other way, wearing the whites and attacking the basket to the left of your screen. Hawkinson shoots it well, passes it well, rebounds it well, gives it up this time, and it leads to a layup. So a good start for Gonzan, Captain Leo. Movement, open shot in the corner and knocks it down from Jones. Evan Jones, 10.7 points per game, off to a good start. Whenever you hit that first one, gets you in the flow. Ramos, that's the Craner, knocks it down. Clemens takes the pick, gives it back to Hawkinson for 3. How about that? Just such a difficult player to contain. Welsh, short, follows up the miss. The big fella goes up, misses, stays with it, and the foul has been called. For players looking for a little bit of confidence, Welsh needs to make one of those layups, even if he has to go up and dunk it and they don't count it. He wants to see that ball go through the basket. Anyway, he goes to the line and makes the first. See if that settles him down. Does not make the second. Clemens to Jones. Get to Leo. Andrade goes in and out, but there's Jones for the offensive rebound, and they're not going to count it. Clemens lays it up and in. Right there's Welsh. Much more active for Welsh. Nobody boxing him out. And the 28-year-old big fella with the putback. So Hokkaido trailing by just 1 point. Remember, just 12 wins on the season for Hokkaido, but home looking for that confidence-boosting win, and maybe even sweep this weekend. Clemens now to Jones. Jones misses right at the rim. A little bit of pressure there provided by that Hokkaido defense, and a little short jump shot. RESONA puts his team in front. Andrade into the paint, over to Hawkinson, and out. Tanaka picks up his first foul. Tanaka, one of the veterans. Andrade's been very active today, as is usually the case. Kids on the road. 50 in. Here's another three, and Ramos can't get it to fall. Hawkinson catches and is fouled, so he will go to the line. So we got our first time out of the game. Hawkinson knocking down his his three-pointer. Huge game for SUNROCKERS Shibuya, 19-14, trying to climb the standings, but a few games behind Mikawa. As it is in a very difficult group, San Antonio Phoenix, Alvar Tokyo above them in the standings. San just running away with it right now at 28-4, and Alvar Tokyo at 23-10. And you know, the race for the best two places outside the top two over the West, Central, and the East, fast and furious. They can't afford to drop any ground. You got Chiba, who are third in the East at 21-12, and even behind them, Akita, Northern Happiness at 16-17. It's going to be going up at the top of the first two places. So it really is a case of SUNROCKERS Shibuya know that they cannot afford Not to be losing any games if they want to try to solidify their spot in the playoff positions. Hawkinson misses the first. And he does it all for this team. 17.9 points, 9.2 rebounds per game. Shoots at about 74.4% from the line. And just makes 1 of 2. Get it into Ramos, hands up on defense with the deflection. Hawkinson misses on the baseline. Wells goes up and grabs it with both hands. Back to Kriener. He's already hit one from that spot. Take it 2. Kriener rather. Here's Hawkinson. And this time he doesn't drill it from the top. The key. Kriener comes in shooting 31.4% from three-point range. This time they turn it over. And they have had a couple of turnovers here early on. Turnaround, no good from Travis, who's checked into the game. The head coach looking on from the sidelines. Decked out today in the formal wear. Unlike Onodera, who's come casual but smart. Kriener, baseline. Good job, Tanaka, getting a hand up in the face. 3.5 minutes to go in this opening quarter. Drives in. Oh, beautiful play. Daiki Tanaka. Again, you talk about the difference in age. I mean, 33, still in his prime, but a couple years older than the oldest player in this Hokkaido team. Here's Kriener. Good job, Tanaka, once again. Morzani checks into the game. You know what he does. He brings the offense, the left-hander. Really enjoy watching him play. And Abe comes in for SUNROCKERS Shibuya. And he's going to be trying to stick like glue to Matsushita, who is also a threat. Here he is. Morzani doesn't wait. Puts it up from deep. You know a guy is confident in his ability when he is in the game for a couple of seconds. And he's already putting up a three-pointer. He's, especially with a guy right on his back, he's trying to perhaps draw a foul from behind. Travis, nice fake, goes up, ball knocked into the corner. Down low it goes again. Travis, and again, the miss. Lozano, nice spin. Kriener being held by Abe. Kriener hands it off. Terzano right off the glass. Travis did a good job of affecting the shot. And tackling is the call on Murphy. So Troy Murphy Jr. thought he had a jam, but it was wiped off. Two minutes remaining in the first quarter. Morazzani, nice bounce pass intended, but they read it beautifully. Excellent work by Murphy. They came scrapping for the basketball. Morazzani hustles to the corner. Travis can't get it. That was a nice offense that was being run, and just a good, solid defensive play. Look at this right here, the penetration. And Murphy just saw the pass come and reached in and broke up the play, leading to the mad scramble for the basketball. But you look at Morazzani, he is definitely a player that they're looking to bring that spark. And so in the game right now is Allen for Hokkaido, creating a little turnaround. Well, if you're going to have to settle for a turnaround jumper like that, that is not an easy shot. And there's also no rebounds, no rebounder underneath. So a chance now to take the lead for SUNROCKERS. Shibuya. Jones, who hit that early three, has it deflected. Ooh, bad miss. Following it up. And banks it in. So the bucket for Harper. Excuse me, Lawrence. Foul call, good hustle.
ファウル渋谷22番ドラビスファーストファウル中のコースレンダチェンジレランガのナンバー40トーマス・ウェッシレンダチェンジレランガのナンバー7長野司
Morazzani lets it fly again, a miss. Something about the left-handers to me, they just always look a little, they got a little bit more flair, panache to their game. Not just in basketball, but a lot of sports. Look at Jones pulling his way in. And they battle away. And good job Welsh saving it before it goes out of bounds. One thing that Welsh is going to have today is a bunch of rebounds. He's got a good start in that sense. Here's Morazzani and hand in the face, and that's going to be it.
第1クオーター終了しました14対13サンロッカーズ渋谷がリードしていますセプテニアドクリエイティブプレゼンツ
SUNROCKERS Shibuya 14-13 over Hokkaido at the end of one. Second quarter action underway. And the bucket starting things off, Travis. Harper on the basketball. Right, Terrazano pounding him. Trying to force a turnover. And just 9 seconds on the shot clock. You see Harper really wreaking some havoc. He's 21 years of age. Hokkaido University. Got to go quickly. 7 seconds on the shot clock. And Marzani misses. He had a good look. He hasn't hit one yet. So rough start for Marzani. Might need to sit down and push the reset button and come back out. There's Travis. Backing up Welsh. Little turnaround. Welsh rebounds. He's going to have a bunch of rebounds. He's getting down the floor quickly, leading to the open jump shot, and they are just as cold as a cucumber right now. 16 from the floor. There's Jones. Jones, skip pass. Marzani, a hand on it. Only 1 second on the shot clock. So Brenner comes back into the game. Onodera. Pacing nervously. He got a good look. Murphy missing it from deep, but they get it back. Bounce pass over to Jones. And with the rebound. Quickly up the floor, can they finally knock down a shot? Because this has been ice cold. Marzani whips the pass inside to Welsh. Oh, look at that. What a finish that was from Welsh. Looked like he had a little bit of English on it as it hit the backboard and spun in. Closes the gap to one. Well, maybe this will be the game where Welsh really does pick it up offensively. They're missing. Welsh with another rebound. He's going to have 10 by halftime. At this rate. Three-pointer from the wing. They're getting plenty of good looks. They're just not dropping. Out of bounds, back over to Hokkaido with a chance to take the lead. So Ramos comes back in. Let's see if he can pick it up now. Having left the game, comes back in. Hawkinson also back in the game, so that's usually not a good development for the other team. And Drami back in as well. Kovicevic, look at him. He's going old school with the tie, the white shirt, the slacks. He's dressed to impress. He's all business. Meanwhile, Dr. Tanaka, look at that. Back in, still going strong. Trainer loses control as he spins. 33 years of age. Also at Tokai University. That was a long time ago, those university days. There was 7 minutes remaining in this first half. Foul called on Ramos. defense had his hands up, wasn't reaching.
2番ラモス、ファーストファウルチームファースト。シグモ選手のファウルまでリードを続けてもらいます。
Tanaka goes to the strike and misses the first. Came into this game averaging 6.3 points per game. Makes the second. Also an 80.6% free throw shooter, so pretty good free throw shooter. Missing one early here. Not just Tanaka, but Hawkinson. Here's Trainer open. He likes that spot. He makes it. The second time in the game, he's knocked it down. Maybe just a step even further away and puts Hokkaido in front. Hawkinson able to get it to Vendrum, gets it back. Skip pass. They whip it around. Clemens for three. Mid-range jump shot is good. So Terrazano bringing the O. Time he's hit one as well. He's got 6 points now. One thing you have to say about Terrazano, he is a worker. He could run a marathon every game. He just does not stop. There's Tanaka. Bounce pass. Work it around to Vendrami. Tanaka. And it goes off the hands of Hawkinson. And Tanaka Shibuya. Obviously a better season. But not really coming in today, I think, and asserting themselves. The longer this game goes, here's Ramos for three, and it's really come close with that. The longer this game remains tight, the more confidence Hokkaido will become. Someone like Shibuya would like to get on top of this team, get some distance between themselves. Here's Hawkinson, that's more like it, and he will go to the line. It's a couple of times in the past few possessions where this team attacking the basket, getting the call to go in their favor. I mean, really, if you're looking at that defense from Hoshino, there's a lot more that he could have done differently there. Timeout on the court is 20-20, midway through this second quarter. Early start here. 1 o'clock start. Means the players need to, just a little bit of a change in the routine when you wake up as opposed to playing a little bit later in the afternoon, maybe even in the evening. Here is Travis. Welsh, excuse me. Welsh. That was terrific finish from Welsh. He's got the 5 points, but I think more importantly is he's getting a bunch of rebounds. 8 rebounds overall, 6 on the defensive end. He's got a couple of offensive rebounds as well. He's got 5 points, so probably on his way to a double-double. Anthony Clemens, meanwhile, with 5 points. Hit both of his shots from the floor. Hawkinson goes back to the free throw line. Makes the first. He hasn't really been to the line that much in recent games. He's already attempted 4. In fact, he went to 4 previous games without attempting a free throw, which is almost strange. They haven't really been getting to the line a lot. But today he has, and his team now up by 2 points. Carazano. Here's Welsh. Excellent work. Off the miss. Pushino missing it. But Welsh there to clean up the mess. He's got 7 points and 9 rebounds. Hawkinson. Oh boy, that's the second time he's knocked one down from that very spot. 25-22. And again, you just look back at the last 2 summers with Japan, the impact that Hawkinson has made in that national team, and it is pretty phenomenal stuff. I mean, he's not just been one of the best players in the Japan team, but the best players in the entire tournament. Here goes Tanaka. Excuse me. Okay. Clemens gets it, from Tanaka. Now, Hawkinson sees Jones looking to make the pass. And Ramos doing a good job of staying in position. Vendrame, oh boy, they get it back to Hawkinson. Jones had an open shot from the wing that he passed up. He was just on the edge of the area. That was a 3-second violation. The edge of the lane. Timeout on the court. SUNROCKERS should be up 25-22. So the player with 9 points. Welsh has 7. Arizona 6. And for SUNROCKERS Shibuya, it's Clemens. 9 points. Excuse me, it's Clemens has 5, Tanaka 3. Hawkinson has 9 points. They're drawing up the plays. And for HOKKAIDO, it's 9 points for Craner. Look at this battle for Welsh. He's got the 7 points. Most of his damage right around the rim tonight, or today rather. It's Craner and Welsh combining for 16 of their team's points. Arizona also has 6. They're the only 3 players that have scored nothing for Ramos yet. 0 of 3 from the floor. And Morzani coming off the bench, 0 of 4. He's got 4 of his attempts. They're coming out of the timeout. And Drame just kind of fooled them, it looked like. A reverse layup. He's now 5 points. Good finish and badly needed Kikuchi. Kikuchi is coming out with Ryan Lane here, coming out of the timeout. Grounded misses. Good box out. Oh. What are they calling the foul? Oh.
レバンガ北海道4番テラコのハードファウルチームコース。
Arizona with the foul. That's a big foul. Third foul. Pushing, trying to keep Hawkinson away from the basketball. Kind of hard to take issue with too much what he was doing there. Just kind of threw his right arm into him. Hawkinson sold it well. Seemed to tie in the game. And offensive foul. Travis moving screen. Kikuchi. Well, there's his spot. They've been looking for it, and he's providing it. He's tied the game. Just to look for anybody that could score other than the Terzano, Trainer, and Welsh. And Kikuchi has been the man. So a couple buckets for him. Team is missing it from deep. Rebound, falls to Tanaka, gets it and puts it up and in. So smooth. Kikuchi puts it up behind the stripe. How about that? I mean, this guy, he's the MVP of this team, the way he's come in and really raised, just giving them some scoring punch that they're desperate for. Just 2.5 points per game, and he's already got 7. This is his latest contribution, right at the elbow. Years of age, Kikuchi went to Daito Bunko University, born in Hokkaido, so fan favorite. And you just never know, I mean, how a player is going to respond, and sometimes as a coach, you're just kind of searching, you know, from one game to the next, who can help you out. And one thing that you always have to be consistent with as a player's in the defensive end, you got to make sure that doesn't drop. But offensively, sometimes a player can really just not be a huge contributor all season long, and then all of a sudden he's coming out and just sparking the team. The last couple of games against Kyoto, for example, not big performances. With 5 points against Kyoto and 3 points, and those are the last couple that he played. So he's back, having missed some time. Hawkinson drifts in, soft touch. 11 points for Josh Hawkinson. You can't stop him. You can only hope to contain him. And here he is again. It's interesting when you look at Hawkinson and his numbers, which we talk about with this team. 17.9 points per game. He does play a lot of minutes. I mean, that's a pretty good average. Pretty good average for a guy who I think is leaned on even more heavily with the Japan national team. I'm just going to illustrate what I'm talking about. There's only there gives introductions. He was the seventh leading scorer at the Olympics. Josh Hawkinson. Yuki Kawamura actually led Japan, scoring at 20.3 points per game. But Hawkinson was at 18.3 points per game. And the only players that averaged more points than him, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, Yuki, his third leading scorer, RJ Barrett, Nikola Jokic, and Franz Wagner. So that is a who's who list of players. We talk about a tournament that had LeBron James, that had Steph Curry, Kevin Durant. But yeah, they definitely do rely on him, just like their SUNROCKERS Shibuya team. Here's Hokkaido. Oh, and good work, Kikuchi once again getting fouled. Oh, nothing. Yeah, that was the reach by Bendrame committing the foul. Well, they could tie it with a 2, or they could take the lead with a 3. So Harper now guards him. It's Murphy that's guarding Kikuchi, who sets the screen. Now he's going to look for some space. Interesting. I thought they had brought Terrazano back in. He's still out of the game. This trainer, shot clock winding down. Has to take a very difficult shot. Great defensive set that time by SUNROCKERS Shibuya, who now have the last shot. Clemens, loses the handle. He's got to get it up. And they don't even get a shot off. That was woeful. So interesting, kind of low-scoring first half today here at Hokkaido. It's SUNROCKERS Shibuya 31. It's LEVANGA Hokkaido 29.
サテライトチーム&コンサドールズユースによりますハーフタイムスペシャルパフォーマンスでした。 第1位になりますハーフタイムダンスパフォーマンスでした。ありがとうございました。
さあここからのお時間はコンサドーレコラボハーフタイムスペシャルシュートチャレンジサポーティッドバイダイヤモンドヘッドのお時間です。ルールは簡単。本日はコンサドーレコラボということで、ホーム側サッカーボール、アウェイ側バスケットボールでそれぞれフリースローにチャレンジしていただきます。制限時間は30秒。時間内に決めたシュートの本数で競っていただきます。最も多くシュートに決めたチャレンジャーの勝利となります。それでは本日のチャレンジャーをご紹介いたします。それでは、ホーム側阿部修樹さんです。よろしくお願いします。
頑張ってください。頑張ってください。
でアウェイ側が佐藤ひとみさんです。よろしくお願いします。
頑張ってください。頑張れ。
ホーム側の男性が、
はい、
ナヨロの先生ということなんですね。
ナヨロ先生。
ナヨロの先生。
先生サッカーボールで頑張ってください。
頑張ってください。よろしくお願いします。それでは行きましょう。よーいスタート。
さあ、いいですよ。これはね、まだ時間ありますから。きれい。いきなりナイスシュート。2本目でいきなり。あら先生ちょっと綺麗なフォームだ。さあね、ちょっと遠いんですよね。ちょっと遠いですよね、これがね。でもいい、この調子で、綺麗。惜しい。ナイスシュート。惜しいですよ。アウェイ側のさんも惜しい。惜しいです。佐藤さんの方もね、入りそうなのすごい。お疲れ様でした。
まずはチャレンジしていたお二方に大きな拍手を。
お疲れ様でした。ナイスチャレンジでした。
それではそれぞれの得点を見ていきましょう。まずはサッカーボールでチャレンジしていたナヨロの先生阿部修樹さんは4得点。
すごい。
いいんじゃないですか。サッカーボールでね。続いてアウェイ側の佐藤ひとみさんは0。でもナイスチャレンジした感じに
惜しかったですよね。
何本もありました。ありがとうございます。ということで勝負は阿部修樹さんの勝利です。さあご参加いただきましたお二人には参加賞として本日の冠スポンサーのダイヤモンドヘッド様よりご提供いただきましたレバンガ北海道コンサドーレ札幌豪華グッズ詰め合わせが贈られます。プレゼンターはダイヤモンドヘッド株式会社社員の石丸智弘様、そして東レ君&レバードです。よろしくお願いします。
皆さんお疲れ様でした。ナイスチャレンジでした。熱戦でした。
さあ記念撮影をしましょう。さあそれではその間に石狩市の特産品抽選会のご当選者の発表です。ビジョンの方をご覧ください。どうぞ。さあこちらの3名様が豪華商品をゲットということです。さあ写真撮影終了でございます。以上コンサドーレコラボハーフタイムスペシャルシュートチャレンジサポーティッドバイダイヤモンドヘッドでした。チャレンジャーのお二人に今一度大きな拍手をお送りください。ありがとうございました。リソナグループ B リーグ2024-25シーズンサポーティッドバイダイヤモンドヘッドレバンガ北海道対サンロッカーズ渋谷。ここで協賛協力講演各社様をご紹介いたします。リソナグループ B リーグ2024-25シーズン B リーグトップパートナーソフトバンク B リーグタイトルパートナーリソナグループ B リーグイノベーションパートナーイングロニアホールディングス B リーグパートナーズ日本郵便 G ショック日本生命 B リーグサポーティングカンパニーズソニーミュージックエンターテインメントモルテ朝日新聞日本経済新聞社大塚製薬野村工芸社 EY ジャパンエニタイムフィットネスアーシャルデザインストライク TIS スポーツデポロックアイス B リーグサプライヤーアダストリア B リーグコミュニケーションパートナー LINE ヤフー B リーグスポーツ振興パートナースポーツくじウィナー
So it's 31-29, SR Shibuya on top of Hokkaido here at halftime. And here is the action from the highlights from the first half. Hawkinson coming out, knocking down a couple of three-pointers. 11 points. Kevin Jones having hit the early three, then missed one right under the basket. Jones, pretty good start. In fact, it wasn't a three, it was ruled a two. And he hasn't scored since. Craner, meanwhile, that's another night. Craner coming out, scoring 9 points. 3 of 4 from three-point range. Tanaka taking it away after Ramos kind of fumbles the ball, and then Tanaka just with a beautiful drive. Yeah, that was a bad miss, but then getting it back and putting it up and in, using the glass was Harper. Craziness. Look at Harper playing defense on Shimatani. Ozani whipping it inside, and just a good finish from Welsh with the spin. Craner, one of his 3 threes. So Craner with 9, Welsh with 7. Ikuchi, in fact, he thought he had 6 points, but he's got 5 points and 6 points for Terrazano. There's Welsh with the offensive rebound and putback off the miss from Hoshino. And Tanaka having it good defense, just reaching in, taking it away. Craner saying he got fouled. Now it's coming out of a timeout. Leo Gonzalez. So Kikuchi with the sparks. And Hawkinson. Hawkinson, unfortunately, not to get to the line. As you can see, he got a bump. So, here are the shooting numbers, the overall numbers. SUNROCKERS Shibuya getting to the free throw line a little bit more. Look at the rebounding advantage, though, for the visitors. 20-14. They've got 6 offensive rebounds. And you look at bench scoring. Percentages, I wouldn't say, other than three-point shooting for Shibuya aren't terrible, but just not a lot of offense, not a lot of scoring. Craner with 9 points. Welsh. Okay, so Welsh actually has 9 rebounds to go with his 7 points, and 3 assists for Terrazano. 3 assists for Tanaka, 11 points for Hawkinson, and 4 rebounds for Jones. Scoring points per quarter. SUNROCKERS Shibuya. So you go back and again, you look at the significance of this game and the standings, and you can see in this Central Division, 19-14. SUNROCKERS Shibuya, they're in 4th place, a few games behind Seahorses Makawa, who are 22-11 in 3rd place. And Amatoka, 23-10, 4 games clear in 2nd place. I don't think anybody's going to catch China Neo Phoenix, who are 28-4. HOKKAIDO in 5th place in the East at 12-21. But 4 games behind Akita, 16-17. They just don't want to get dragged down into the relegation muck. So we're underway here in the 2nd half, and it's HOKKAIDO now attacking the basket to the left on your screen again, wearing the red. And Tanaka, who really is just an all-round solid contributor, especially defensively, getting his hands up, being disruptive, taking an offense driving to the basket when you need it. Ramos hasn't settled at all today. And this is another 3. Wide open. Well, that's a mistake. Can't believe that guy is wide open. They left some shooters open in the 1st half and got away with it. I don't think they're going to keep missing all game long. And if Ramos, maybe try to drive, maybe try to get something different if the jumper's not falling. Oh boy, good hands up on defense. Hawkinson knocking it away. Hawkinson for 3. That was short. Not good. Basketball bounces out. Another offensive rebound. Tanaka. Jones from the top. Front and back of the rim stays out. So HOKKAIDO dodging the bullet there. Open 3. Ramos gets it to Welsh. Welsh having a nice game. Playing much better than the last time I watched him. Hawkinson, he loves this spot. That is living dangerously to get that one away. Welsh just having himself a ball game. He's got 9 points. He's got 10 rebounds. Oh, I think that was a foul. And Welsh, he's got 11 points. Penetration drive, rim protection from Welsh. Oh. Hawkinson helped up, so gets the benefit of the call here. Let's have a look. Oh yeah. Yeah, Welsh pushed him right kind of in the midsection. But they called the foul, Shimatani. 4 points for Hawkinson. Now 4 of 5. RESONA looking on from the sidelines. A 3-point advantage for Shibuya. Whipped inside, but it goes off the hands of Craner. HOKKAIDO, good job defensively, being disruptive. I was seeing Tani knocking it away. Tanaka gets it back though. His pass though deflected. Here comes on the break. And nice finish and a chance for a 3-point play. Looking for some inspiration, and they get it from Sakino. Look at him, got it. Didn't hesitate. Andromeda didn't even reach. That's what he's saying. He's moving his feet, backing up, but the referees all day long, the officials have been giving that foul any type of contact to the driver. So you got to say at least they're being consistent, even if there isn't much in it. That's a foul. 36 apiece. Tanaka. Oh my. He is clutch. Daiki Tanaka, 7 points. Just does important things at the right time. Well, he is in the groove, having one of his hottest games today. 13 points already with a double-double. 11 rebounds. Tanaka for 3 this time. So he had 2 in the previous, wasn't a 3. Now chance to go back in front for Hokkaido. Welsh now with his 15th double-double of the season, points and rebounds. Impressive stuff for Hawkinson. Just reaches up, and Shimatani with just a bad turnover. Point guard, you can't make that pass. Unless that was a shot. From that angle, it looked like it might have been a shot. Hawkinson just reached up like a giant, swatted the basketball. So timeout on the court, 38 apiece. Points for Hawkinson, leading Shibuya, Benjamin, Tanaka each with 7. Clemens, a relatively quiet game for Clemens, just 5 points thus far, but he can take over a game, certainly in the fourth quarter. Tanaka has, on both ends of the court, been really solid for SUNROCKERS Shibuya. And Welsh, well, he's having again, 15th double-double of the season. Clemens step back. And, oh, it doesn't go. But they get the rebound, crucially. Hokkaido really struggling on the defensive glass. And a little over-shoulder pass. Hawkinson misses it. And finally, Welsh gets it. Little runner from the baseline. 3-point shot, no good. He was open. Kriener, 4 3-pointer of the day for Ryan Kriener. 41-38, Levanga, maybe this is going to be their day. They've got an opportunity. 14 minutes and change remaining. Clemens drifts in, dumps it. And Travis fouled. So really for me, the story of the game, you got Kriener's perimeter attack for threes. You got Kikuchi coming off the bench, being really important with his spark that he has provided today, and the constant presence of Thomas Welsh. He averages 13.7 points per game. I don't understand why Onodera's upset here. Oh, they called a technical foul. No, they just called the foul. I think they're saying that they didn't think that Travis was shooting, and they've given him a shooting foul, so that's what that was. And then the players elected not to go up and stand on the line during the first free throw. Kovacevic sits back down. Tough game today here on the road. They're never easy to B.LEAGUE. I think they would start as favorites. Here's Kikuchi in the paint. Oh, what a game he is having, the 23-year-old. Clemens has him knocked away by Welsh. Here comes Hokkaido, the Levanga man. Kriener steps back. Great defense by Hawkinson. They're trying to post up now. Oh. Kriener's not going to be happy. He wanted the ball a couple of occasions. Looks over at the coach, says, "Get me the ball." Oh, nice stop. Abe, and bucket is good. Closing the gap to one. Matani. Tirizano is not just a foul trouble, but maybe he's hurt. And how about this match? Kikuchi. Very quickly, not to say he's the X Factor today. Nobody expected it, and he's going to be not just the X Factor, but the MVP if he keeps this up. He has been sensational. 10 points. Clemens from deep. And definitely Shibuya just lacking that little bit of touch from three-point range today. Kikuchi tries to get it down low to Wells. That's a mistake. Not sure what he was trying to do there.
13番田中、21番ジョーンズ。
SUNROCKERS should do today with 8 second chance points. And part of that is the rebounding, but getting those offensive boards. But just 4 of 17 from three-point range. Here's Travis. 4 of 18. Of course, that can change at any time. They could get hot in the fourth quarter. But if you're Hokkaido, if you can get a little separation here, it's going to really improve your team's chances. And a foul called. Is it Abe or Murphy?
渋谷22番コラムスサードファウルチームセカンド。
I think it's on Travis.
レベンコルトロール。
Kriener just backs his way down and fouled by Kriener.
ワールド長野北海道5番クリーナーファーストファウルチームフォースメンバーチェンジレバンガのナンバー25ペナルティーアウトシュートマッチ中のファウルのフリースローは2ショットです。
Travis makes the second. Kikuchi was blocked. Great job, Abe, this time getting the hand up. Kikuchi trying to get a three up right at the end of the shot clock. Abe knew exactly the situation and just great defense. Short touch. Ties it at 46. Seconds kicking off the clock here in the third quarter. And, the ball. Good tap. Put back by Welsh has been excellent today. He really has been solid. Three quarters in the books, Levanga Hokkaido leading at 48-46 over SUNROCKERS Shibuya. Well, Welsh has been just terrific today. I mean, that's the only adjective you need to describe his play today. He's doing exactly what you need him to do. He's active on the offensive boards, getting a bunch of rebounds, scoring, making the shots inside that he needs to make, even hitting those short little jumpers. And Tanaka's been really good for SUNROCKERS Shibuya. So really, overall, just intriguing game. And it looks like it might go down to the wire. 48-46, Levanga Hokkaido on top as we start the fourth quarter. And Clemens, he has had a quiet game and always always a threat to go off for a big fourth quarter. Ties it at 48. Kikuchi, the X Factor. So Terzano back in the game. Allen, the three. Cleaner stays with it, couldn't get it. Tanaka drifts in over to Hawkinson. Clemens. Matsushita whistled for his second foul. A chance to go in front here for the visitors. Sunrockers Shibuya. Clemens just hit a bucket. Just got a bucket. Little jumper. Looking to be a little bit more aggressive. And Hawkinson in the lane. 15 points for him. Speaking of 15 points, the fourth time Welsh has had a 15-point, 15-rebound game. And they haven't even finished. Here's Kriener. Led by Tanaka. Little turnaround. I think he's upset with the ref. Thought he should have had a foul called as well. 50 apiece. Huge game for Levanga Hokkaido team. They're at home. They've been playing better of late. And they just need to get to the finish line. 8 minutes and change left. Welsh had 17 last week against Alvar Tokyo in a loss. Or rather on January 26th. And here comes Andrade going the other way. And again, chance to take the lead. And gracefully just going straight up and in. Tanaka with 9 points. Hasn't scored today, still hasn't scored. Andrade flies in, gets to the line. Well, you can feel that Onodera's team might need to push the reset button here. The timeout. Sunrockers Shibuya start to turn it up a notch. Look at the foul trouble. So Terzano now has 4 fouls. Shimatani has 2. And Matsushita 2. So only Terzano in foul trouble. Just a great defense by Hawkinson. I mean, Kriener just hasn't really had any success at all inside. And again, it's Hawkinson just as a towering presence. I just feel like he's so much, the fact that coming to Japan,
中中のファウルのためフリースロー2ショットが
especially getting in that national team, people can fully appreciate how good he is, how good of an all-round player he is. Whew, boy, that's a big miss from Drame. Lozano steaming over on the bench, 4 fouls. Drame makes the second, so it's a 3-point advantage now for Shibuya, and this becomes a very big possession. And under there, what play has he called up? What is he looking for? Maybe a penetration and a kick. Morzani in the game. And ball goes out of bounds. You know, Hawkinson, when we think back to that block that he had, he's 5th in the league in blocks. And 1.2 blocks per game. You know, shot spotting, you know, it's not a huge average, but it's good enough for 5th place. Here's Morzani. Oh, nice pump fake. Excellent work. And if you're Clemens, absolutely, play defense. But, you know, Morzani hasn't hit a shot all day. And he's just gotten you to bite on a pump fake. And what Morzani's trying to do is trying to get to the free throw line so he can get in the flow, see the ball go through the hoop. And Morzani, you know, it feels like he has this green light offensively. If he's open, he can shoot it. But it's also, you know, and maybe in this situation, this is what they need. They need somebody that can kind of create. Oh, so he only got 2. Foul team 2, not a 3, but nevertheless, that was still a good play. Kind of a cardinal sin as well. You don't want to foul the jump shooter, ever. Almost hasn't scored today. 0-4, looking on from the bench. So that's a blow for Hokkaido. Here is Andrade over to Hawkinson. Spins, turns. Oh, just so silky, smooth. 6.5 minutes remaining, and he's got 17 points. Morzani gets it up to Trainer. They pass it around. They get an open look. 3-point shot. Sakino! How about that? Talk about clutch shooting. He has let the game come to him today. He's got 8 points. Sakino's really efficient. 3 of 4 from the floor. Get Hawkinson a touch every time down the floor if you can. Here's Morzani. So Morzani, the head of the snake right now. Casino shot clock winding down, and the foul called on Clemens. They've got the 2 games this week with SUNROCKERS Shibuya, and the next week a couple of games against SHIBUYA Thunder, so it is not an easy stretch. And then after that, they got 2 games against SUNROCKERS Press, so this is a murderous stretch for this Hokkaido team. Sakino for 3. Oh boy, that is almost goal interference. Boy, they're lucky they haven't called it. It looked like I saw a hand up there on the rim or close to the rim, and I think that's what they're arguing from the bench. So it hasn't been called. Here's Clemens driving in, and he is fouled by Sakino. 58-55, that last shot didn't look like it was going to go in. They went up for the offensive rebound. So the timeout on the court. Maybe we'll get another look at that last bucket. 4:48 remaining. So next weekend will be the last. This is 11. The 11 points for Kohei Sekino, by the way, is a season high. So Sekino and Kikuchi have really stepped up to the plate today and hit a home run for this Hokkaido team that was needing some inspiration with Ramos not able to get on track. Look at this. Good form, catch, shoot, follow through. Looks really good. Here he is, just off the dribble instead of the catch and shoot. Oh, yeah, that should not have been allowed. They have called a break on that one. 15 points for Welsh, 14 for Kramer. Sekino, 11 points. 10 for Kikuchi. I mean, you just can't go up and grab the rim while the ball is still live above the rim. And that was clearly a grab, and I don't understand how that one was missed. Meanwhile, Hawkinson with 17 points. Sitting down. Hawkinson playing at Washington State University. That's where he played, rather, back in the day. 29 years of age, so he's been out of school for several years. And Clemens makes the first. And he played at Iowa. Almost 7 years ago, and he only makes 1 or 2. Hasn't been as sharp as usual. He averages 14.6 points, 6.3 rebounds, 6.3 assists rather. 2-point lead for Hokkaido. Murphy trying to stick with Morizani. Now they get the switch. Trainer, and he goes up, and the ball just fumbles it out of bounds. Well, they had the mismatch that they liked, that they wanted. In their midweek game against the home win over the Nagoya Diamond Dolphins, Clemens had 23 points. So before they had 4 points in the previous game. So it's been kind of up and down. He has the shot blocked. Sekino gets it up to Morizani. And then he's fouled by Murphy. Neither team able to really put this thing away. This is great play by Welsh once again. If Welsh could bring this type of performance every game, I mean, his team would be over the moon. Here's Morizani, works his way in. Oh, take for Morizani. And now the lead is 4 with 3 minutes and 50 seconds remaining. And I think, again, huge mistake fouling him out on the perimeter. Kind of, you can see it's kind of boosted his confidence. Kumatani trying to stick to Murphy. Trying to stick to Tanaka, rather. And Kumatani whistle for the foul. It's okay, they had foul to give. But they'll be over the limit on the next one. 2 fouls on Shimatani. Do not be surprised if Tanaka makes a big bucket down the stretch. This is his type of situation. I think if you're looking at Clemens, Hawkinson, and Tanaka as the guys that you want to take the shots down the stretch. Travis for 3. Runs out. Well, it's a good-looking shot. It just rimmed around it out, and now a 4-point lead with 3:15 remaining. And a huge, huge possession, and Tanaka. No free throws yet. This is second foul. The SUNROCKERS just have not been able to get any separation. The three-point shooting has been really poor today. It's been a big problem. They've missed a lot of shots. 4 of 20 from deep. And 12 of 16 from the line. That's acceptable. And they've been okay inside the arc. Just the three-point shooting has let them down. Morizani, look at Sakura driving in. Oh! He took the shot with his left hand. You could see at the end, and maybe, I don't understand why. I mean, maybe if he had taken it with his favored right hand, it would have gone in. Look at this. See if it goes off his left hand. Yeah, he flicked it up there with his left hand. It's not to say that he can't, but you would think that his stronger hand there would have been his right hand. Tanaka, 3 fouls. Timeout. Free throws will be coming up here for Sakina. For Hawkinson, 9 for Tanaka, Clemens, and Benjama each with 8, and Travis with 6. Well, it's going to be a happy Saturday night if Hokkaido can get a win. And overall, Onodera has to be really pleased with some guys stepping up today. Sakino has been really good. Kikuchi's been really good. Sakino, it's a big free throw miss. They're all big right now. 5 points in the match. And right now, this is a possession where they simply must score SUNROCKERS Shibuya. Andrade in the paint, banks it in. Good, aggressive, confident take from Leo. He's got 10 points. Now the pressure back on Hokkaido. Morizani. Oh, nice hesitation, Morizani. Oh no, they call it charge. From the wing. Where did that call come from? Oh, I'd love to see that again. Oh, is it on Welsh? Yes, it is. The push. He pushed Hawkinson out of the picture. Great call by the referee. Close the gap to 1, or they could even tie it with a 3. Here's Hawkinson going up against the smaller Morizani, and he's fouled, shooting it, and just, once again, probably the best player in the court. He's just made the biggest shot of the game. He gets the mismatch. And that was just a great call, and what a swing. Morizani thought he had taken the lead back up to 5, but the foul was called on Welsh. And here's Hawkinson now with a 3-point play to tie the game with 2 minutes and 11 seconds. That is a 5-point swing. And now the pressure very definitely on this Hokkaido team. Welsh from the stride. He's just so confident today, so good. Just in his rhythm, feeling relaxed. Everything good. If they get a win today, this might go down as his best performance of the season. Hawkinson, they get the mismatch again. And this time, they don't foul. And Hawkinson missed a short little jumper. Kind of a jump hook. What does it do? Get it back to Welsh. Automatic. He's good, boys. There's your MVP. Outstanding. The former Bruin of UCLA. 2 huge shots for Welsh. Paying big dividends today for his team. Monster game. Absolute monster game. 19 points. He's got the 15 rebounds. Somebody needs to buy this man dinner tonight. 65-61. Plenty of time to go, though. Monadair has done a good job today calling the shots from the sideline when he's had to rely on especially some guys coming off the bench that have been excellent with Kikuchi. Also, Sakino's been terrific. So the season high is 20 points. And he's got 19 today, Thomas Welsh. But considering the magnitude of this game, see the recent results, we're looking at these two teams, but considering the magnitude of this game, you have to say this would have been his biggest. He had 20 and a loss against RESONA Brex back in November. Richards had a chance to set the table here. Still some work to do defensively for Hokkaido if they're going to get a win. Hawkinson, they're going to run the play. They're going to try to get it back. That's going to be up at the top. It's going to be Clemens for 3. My goodness. Well, he's capable. I mean, we knew that he could come out and hit some shots. He hasn't done it much today, but that is a confident player who's had not a great game to be able to hit a shot in that situation. And again, the pressure back on Hokkaido. Morzani, oh boy. Settling for a long jumper. How quickly things change. 38 seconds remaining. Indrame. Tanaka. Jumper does not drop, and Welsh with the rebound. And now they may have to foul. Good job, Shinitani gets it across midcourt. Morzani cannot get careless here. He's got to protect the basketball. Tanaka on him. Shot clock down to 6. Morzani going to drive in, puts it up. They get the rebound, the block. They're going to scrap Kriener, and then the foul called. With 4.4 seconds. Not over yet. Free throws. I think there's going to be free throws for Kriener. So even if he makes both, they could call timeout and advance the ball. And it'll be time for game time points in, potentially. Good block. Oh yeah, that was so free throws coming for Kriener. And tactically, you want to make both free throws, sure they're not looking at this, but they're looking at when the foul was committed in terms of time on the shot clock. They can't be looking in enforcement. But anyway, if it is as I expect, Kriener goes to the line to shoot the free throws. The question is, do you want to make both of them? I think they were looking to see how much time was left. If he makes the first, it's a 2-point game. If he makes the second, it's a 3-point game. And the worst, probably, that you can face would be overtime, unless you have an unlikely 4-point play. But I think you could advance it. They still have a timeout left. They could call the timeout and advance the basketball past mid-court. Or they could just inbound it. Okay, so they have put time on the clock. That's what they were looking at. So 5.6 seconds remaining. Interestingly, Ramos checks into the game. And I don't know if that's from a size standpoint. A curious substitution. I think I would go ahead and make those free throws. If he misses it, then they've got to get it up the floor quickly in 5.6 seconds. Not able to call timeout, not able to get set. So he makes it. Oh, Tanaka is egregious. Oh, so they don't have the timeout to call. They're just going to inbound it and take it all the way. Is it going to be Vendrami? It is for three. And he misses right at the buzzer. Well, he had a good look. And I think that pretty much says it all, folks. They couldn't throw the ball in the ocean from three-point range today. They, standing on the beach, they missed another three, and LEVANGA HOKKAIDO win it 67-64. Thomas Welsh, the MVP without a doubt. 19 points, 16 rebounds, outstanding contributions from Sakino. He had 12 points. He was 2-2 from deep. Kikuchi was outstanding. 10 points, 2 or 3 from deep. Without those three, they would not have had a chance. And you bring in Kriener with the 14 points and the 8 rebounds. And they were able to really weather the storm. I mean, SUNROCKERS Shibuya just, you're not going to win many if you shoot at 22% from deep and you attempt 22 attempts. That was ultimately what ruined their chances, because they shot well enough. In terms of turnovers, they didn't really turn it over. They turned it over 6 times. And you could argue defensively they could have and probably should have been better, allowing Hokkaido to shoot at 38% from deep, above their normal average. Such percentage points, in fact. 18 of 33 inside the arc as well, LEVANGA. So they deserved it. 14 bench points for the hosts and 10 bench points for this SUNROCKERS Shibuya team, who will try to gain a split tomorrow should they tip it off at 2:05 local time. Clemens just did not have as good a game, I think, as he would have expected, as he would have wanted, and as his team needed.
さあそれでは見事勝利を収めましたレバンガ北海道小野寺雄太郎ヘッドコーチにインタビューです。どうぞお聞きください。
Frustrating defeat. Huge win for Hokkaido, who improved to 13-21. And Thomas Welsh, again, I think without a doubt, not just the player of the game, but his best game of the season. Let's hear from the Hokkaido coach Onodera.
放送席、そして会場の皆さん、勝ちましたレバンガ北海道小野寺龍太郎ヘッドコーチです。おめでとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
ロースコアの接戦を制しました。試合を振り返っていかがですか？
はい、前半から、試合始まる前の準備の中からやっぱりロースコアゲームでお互い我慢しながらの戦いになるというのは想定していたので、大体、想定内の点数というので自分たちも、渋谷さんもしっかり65点に抑えられて皆さんの応援のおかげで最後まで頑張りました。本当にありがとうございます。
試合前に70点以下に相手の得点を抑えたいという話があった中でまさにその通りの結果になりました。選手たちのディフェンスどう評価されてますか？
はい、渋谷さんのメインのアクションに対して自分たちの守り方っていうのを、前半ちょっと試合開始の自分たちのプラン A のところで少し、トラブルっていうのが起きたんですけども、プラン B に切り替えてからのディフェンスで非常にフィジカルでリバウンドまでしっかり頑張ってくれたので非常に、内容としても良かったなと思ってます。
寺園選手などファウルも少し混み合った中でチームをどういうふうにコントロールして指示を出していたんですか？
はい、寺園がやっぱり前半スリーファウルで苦しい状況ではあったんですけども、島谷がしっかりつないでくれて、それから周りのやっぱりミスマッチのフォローも素晴らしかったですし、非常に今日のディフェンスのテーマでコミュニケーションというのを一つ挙げていたんですけども、それを全員で、体現できて、試合結果にもつながったので非常に良かったなと思います。
まず今日の試合を制しました。この先に向けてどのように戦っていきますか？
はい、あまり先のことは全然僕は見えていないので、もう明日の渋谷戦日曜日、絶対勝って、最後ではないですけども、バイウィークに入る前の群馬戦に向けて、チームとしていい準備ができたらなと思ってますので、明日、今日よりもいい内容で勝ちたいなと思いますので、皆さんの応援また明日もよろしくお願いします。
おめでとうございます。レバンガ北海道野寺龍太郎ヘッドコーチでした。それでは今日は選手に2人お越しいただきます。まず1人目、献身的にゴール下を支えてくれましたトーマス・ウェルシュ選手です。
And the coach, not surprisingly, said we're also going to reflect on today's game and prepare for tomorrow. Now the praise for Thomas Welsh. Lastly, it was Onodera saying thanks to
接
everyone.
戦を制しました。振り返って今どんな気持ちですか
？It felt great. We put a full 40 minutes together, and we really fed off your guys' energy. So thank you for being here and supporting us the way you do.
40分間選手全員が戦い続けて、会場もたくさんの方々に来ていただいて皆さんのエネルギーを感じることができて、いい試合になりました。
今日はその中でもウェルシュ選手、今日もですけれども35分を超えるプレータイムでした。そのあたりは振り返ってどうでしょ
う？Namara Saiko desu。
得点とリバウンドでも今日はチーム最多でした。ご自身のプレーはいかがですか
？I just want to do all I can to help the team win and be successful. So whatever it takes when I'm out there, I want to try to do to win. So I'm just really proud of the team, how we got the job done tonight.
まずはチームが勝つこと、それを目標に自分自身がやれることを精一杯やった結果が、今日の得点とリバウンドにつながったと思います。はい、
渋谷はホーキンソン選手などインサイドも非常に硬い中で今日はどんなことを意識してプレーされましたか
？They're a great team. They have a lot of talent, a lot of really skilled players, a lot of great guards, and they definitely try to attack the paint a lot. And I know it's a big responsibility of mine as the center to try to play good defense and get rebounds. But again, I think it was a team effort tonight. I think we executed our game plan really well and got the job done.
渋谷はチームとして素晴らしい個人の選手たちがいますし、身長もこのチームよりすごくでかいチームなのでフィジカル的にも大変でしたけど、僕自身の仕事はやっぱりインサイドを守ることなので、そういったことは今日できたのかなと思ってます。
明日も厳しい戦いになるかと思います。明日に向けても意気込み聞かせてください。
Let's do the same thing. We're going to go out and give our best effort tomorrow, and I hope to see you guys all there. Thank you so much.
また今日のように100% 出して明日も戦いに行きたいと思います。今日はありがとうございました。
おめでとうございます。そしてもう一人選手にお越しいただきたいと思います。ディフェンスでの大活躍がありました関野浩平選手です。私がはい。
なんだ。
ファンの皆さんの声援に応えました。勝って今どんな気持ちですか？
なまら最高です。
今日はディフェンス、相手の中心ともいえるレモンズ選手を抑えました。このあたりどんな狙いがあって今日臨んだんですか？
そうですね、やっぱり、とてもうまい選手なので、僕が抑えないとなっていう、シュートにはここ任せられないところなんで、僕がしっかり抑えました。ありがとうございます。
関野選手にしかできないディフェンス、どんな部分でしょうか？
もう激しいディフェンスと、あと会場を沸かせられるというか、沸かしてもらってるんですけど、それで勇気をもらえるディフェンスが多分僕にしかできないんじゃない、まだ聞く人にはまだ早いかなと思うんで、僕にしかできないディフェンスなんじゃないかなというふうに思います。
今日は私先ほどディフェンスでの活躍というふうに話してしまいましたが、オフェンスでの活躍、得点も2桁得点、要所でのスリーポイントもありました。このあたりはご自身のプレーどういうふうに評価していますか？
そうですね、やっぱり相手からしたら計算にない得点が10点以上入ったということで、多分この点数になったと思うので、やっぱそこはすごく大きいかなというふうに思います。
明日の試合に向けてもチームを代表して意気込みお願いします。
はい、そうですね、やっぱり今日もシュートがMVP 取りたがってたんですけど、やっぱ僕ということで、明日はシュートに活躍してもらってね、ファウルあんまなくして、でそれで全員でやっぱりこんぐらいの点数のゲームで勝ちたいと思うので、ぜひ応援よろしくお願いします。
おめでとうございます。関野浩平選手でした。インタビューは以上です。
それでは MVP の発表です。本日の MVP はナンバーワン関野浩平選手。
Anyway, the point being that he brought the
MVP の
scoring,
関野浩平選手には冠スポンサーでございますダイヤモンドヘッド株式会社名に MVP 賞といたしまして賞金10万円
and
が
he said
贈ら
tomorrow
れ
he's
ます。
going to play defense and score a lot of points as well. He might change things up. I guess Pavicevic might have something to say about that. He might change up his defense a little bit.
プレゼンターはダイヤモンドヘッドバスケ部部長木戸祐樹様です。ではお願いいたします。
So he's been named the MVP.
木戸様ありがとうございました。さあそして関野選手、この10万円の使い
I would
道
definitely give a
聞かせてく
co-MVP
だ
with
さい。
Thomas Welsh what he did.
そうですね、やっぱり僕によくしてくれた人たちで使いたいと思います。はい。
But yeah, definitely defensively,
ありがとうございます。
especially
生意気はダメだよ、生意気は。
having to guard the way that he did
ありがとうござ
today.
いま
You
した
can't
今日の
underestimate the
MVP はナン
impact
バーワン
that he
関
made
野
on this
浩
game.
平選手でした。では続きまして6回プレゼンツオンファイヤー賞の発表。バスケットライブの応援機能ファイヤーを今日の試合で最も集めたレバンガの選手には6回プレゼンツオンファイヤー賞としてオフィシャルパートナー回転寿司トリトン様より1万円分のお食事券が贈られます。今日最もファイヤーブースターの皆様から応援を集めたのは6万5423ファイヤーナンバー6キクシー・キュート。
And here he is. Kikuchi had a terrific game coming off the bench. Big surprise, the on fire award. Huge performance, especially in the first half.
さあそれでは菊池選手にもお話伺っていきましょう。まずは菊池選手、今の気持ちから教えてください。
生ラ最高です。
さあ今日はですね菊池選手10得点の活躍でした。リーグ戦で2桁っていうのはどうですか、ご自身。
そうですね、今まであんまりシュートを決めれてなかったので、ようやく結果が少し出せたかなと思います。
そして試合出場時間も今日は10分43秒数えたという菊池選手、明日に向けて一言お願いします。
はい、ディフェンスはまだ任せられないと先輩から厳しい指摘が入ったので、明日はディフェンスも貢献できるように頑張ります。また明日も応援よろしくお願いします。
So he
本日
says,
のオン
I
ファイ
need
ア
more
賞ナンバー
points.
6菊池宏斗選手でした。
So maybe he's going to come out
では
firing
続いて
tomorrow
レブ
as
リーズプレ
well.
ゼンツファーストシュートチャレンジ賞です。今日の試合最初の得点選手を当てるイベント、見事初得点はナンバー4寺園シュート選手です。見事寺園選手へ投票していただいた方の中から抽選で選ばれた1名の方にはオフィシャルパートナー
He
レブリ
even
ー
said
ズ
his
様より
defense has
豪
a
華
lot
商
of
品
room
が
for
贈ら
improvement,
れ
so
ま
he'll
す。
get better tomorrow. He'll improve.
ファーストシュートチャレンジャーナンバー4寺園シュート選手でした。寺園選手にも一言だけお話を伺っていいでしょうか。まずは今の気持ちから教えてください。
はい、明日頑張ります。
So Terzano talking to the crowd.
生ら最高ですか。
Trouble today.
生ら最高です。
ありがとうございました。寺園選手でした。さあそれではレバンガビクトリーへと移っていきます。今日はですねコンサコラボデーということで、まずはオンファイア賞の菊池選手、そしてコラボといえばこの2人でしょう。レバードとドーレ君、この3人でいかがでしょう
Terzano
か。
also saying we're going to go out there and win
では
tomorrow.
菊池選手、レバード、ドーレ君、レバンガビクトリーに準備をお願いします。菊池選手とレバード、ドーレ君にはレバンガビクトリーと大きな声で言っていただきます。その他選手の皆さんは来場の皆様、両手を使ってレバンガのところで右手上、左手横に L サイン、ビクトリーのところで V サイン、両手で作ってください。それでは菊池選手、準備よろしいでしょうか。お願いします。ありがとうございました。本日のレバンガビクトリーゴールナンバー6菊池宏斗選手、そしてレバードドーレ君でした。
Fantastic mascots. What experience these guys are having, especially the foreign guys that come to Japan. I mean, it's quite an experience to play abroad, live overseas, experience a different culture, different basketball league, and these fans just make you feel so welcome. It's just a great situation for everybody.
フェアプレーの心を持つことは日常生活でも相手を尊重し思いやりの気持ちを持つことに通じるものです。会場の
Well, we look back at the highlights from today, and it felt pretty early on like it was going to be a tight game. Kriener coming out, establishing his presence outside. Wasn't able to get anything going inside. Hawkinson, meanwhile, doing Josh Hawkinson things, i.e. scoring outside, inside. But, you know, when Jones misses that shot, you're like, okay, this might not be their day. And Hokkaido, to their credit, they took advantage. Arizona getting it over to Kriener. That's his favorite spot right there. I mean, he just can knock those threes down from that point on the floor. Tanaka drives in, lays it up, and the game was so tight you felt like he might do something special at the end. So Shita getting the offensive rebound off his miss. Or Harper, excuse me. Walker making that one, and there's a tough defense out on the perimeter. Matani being hassled by Harper. Pass whipped inside. And when this one went in for Thomas West, we're like, okay, he's really having himself a game today. But even so, he even went on to have an even bigger game. Kriener, though, is just automatic from that one spot on the floor. For whatever reason, he just feels really comfortable right there, especially if he's open. Clemens hitting a rare three. Wells with the offensive rebound and putback. And, you know, you're a big center with big, long arms. Get those offensive rebounds and putbacks. Great defense by Tanaka. And Negrani getting out of the timeout, coming in and scoring the reverse. Kikuchi was a pleasant surprise today for the home team. Hawkinson probably getting fouled there. It wasn't called. So after halftime, Andrami came out and hit the three. So again, a rare three-pointer made. Again, it was 5 of 22. But Welsh was just so effective, just so efficient, making his shots. 9 of 10 from the floor. Only missed one. And Sakino getting in, getting a chance for a three-point play on that drive. Everything going well for Hokkaido. But every time it looked like they might get some separation, Shibuya made a play. That time Tanaka. Screener from a different spot from behind the arc. Kikuchi continuing to produce. This time he got blocked right at the end of the shot clock. Great defense by Abe. And that was really the only other shot made by Jones, who was 2-6 from the floor. He started off well enough, but just never really got it going. And Welsh with a very important tip in. Off 1 foot. Kriener getting swatted. Tanaka, meanwhile, driving in and scoring. They had 9 points. Felt like they had more than that. And then we saw Kriener do it. Well, Hawkinson did the exact same thing at the other end, only he turned kind of in. He turned to his right from the other side. Sakino, automatic. Crunch time. And that was a huge play that wasn't spotted by the ref in this. Definitely goal interference, in my opinion. That's basket should not have counted. And that was a break that Hokkaido needed. There's on a tough take by him. He's on a huge bucket to keep his team in it. And right at the end, this is massive. Welsh, 1:59 remaining. It's that shot, and then again, Welsh. Just looked like he wasn't feeling any pressure today. Just came out, enjoyed himself. Clemens, who had a relatively quiet game, hit that three to keep his team in contention. And then this was the last shot of the game. It goes in, we've got overtime, it doesn't. And what a contest. These two teams will do it again tomorrow. So overall, 8 of 30 or 8 of 21 for Levanga from three-point range, 5 of 22. So substantial difference in the three-point shooting. SUNROCKERS Shibuya did get to the free throw line a lot, did pretty well, 13 of 17. Levanga rebounded it better as the game wore on. Both teams with 18 makes inside the arc. And then you have the various other stats like points off turnovers. Levanga scoring 5-8 for SUNROCKERS Shibuya. 20 points in the paint for Levanga, 22 for SUNROCKERS Shibuya. Second chance points, 9 for Levanga, 8 for SUNROCKERS Shibuya. Bench points, 10 for SUNROCKERS Shibuya, 14 for Hokkaido. Levanga Hokkaido, 19 points for Welsh, 16 for Kriener, 12. Okay, so Sakino did have 12. He said he had 10, but indeed he had 12 points. Hawkinson had a game-high 20 in defeat, 11 for Anthony Clemens, and 10 for Leo Vendrame, who was unlucky at the end not to make that three, but they just really struggled shooting the basketball today. And Clemens was 2 of 4 from deep, Hawkinson 2 of 6, and Vendrame 1 of 4. Hit that 1-3 from the corner. It's interesting that Levanga Hokkaido were able to win today with Ramos being shut out. He didn't score a point. He was 0-4 from the floor. And also Morazani having a really not a great game. I mean, 1 of 9 from the floor, just 4 points. But his one basket on that drive, that was a big one. And Welsh had 16 points to go with his 16 rebounds to go with his 19 points. And Shimatani with Terzano in foul trouble, getting a lot of minutes today. He had 8 assists. Did not score, missed both of his shots, but at least he's contributing. Six rebounds for Jones and 5 assists for Vendrame. So the schedule coming up tomorrow, you see Hokkaido and SR Shibuya right at the top on the left there. They'll be tipping it off at 2:05 local time. So another game for SR Shibuya to try to put things right, get a split. So it's been a fun afternoon for the home fans here in Sapporo and Hokkaido as their team wins a close one against SR Shibuya. In final time, Levanga Hokkaido winning it 67-64 over SR Shibuya. Thanks for watching, everybody.